Hello everyone, Ryan here with another 2020 Subaru Outback tip for you. In this video, I want to talk about the seats and how to adjust them. I get questions all the time about how to adjust the seats, and it seems like owners are still struggling with how to get these seats adjusted. And so I want to make a video kind of going over each item. Now, if you've had power seats before, maybe in another vehicle, a lot of this will be redundant to you and you can kind of skip this video. But if you've never had power seats or you want to know how to adjust the seats in the Outback, this video is for you. Now, the first thing I want to address is up here at the top of the seat, right up here at the headrest. The most common problem that people have with the Subaru seats is that they'll get this headrest adjusted forward, and it's a ratchet, you can see here, and they'll find out that this is really uncomfortable, and they think that there's something wrong with the seat. And they're saying, look, I think my seat may have been assembled incorrectly, or it's really uncomfortable. And that's not the case. This is a ratchet system, and so as you pull the headrest forward, you get this angle here. Now, to get it to go back, and you can see if I push really hard, it doesn't go back. So what do you do to solve this? It's really simple. You just pull it all the way forward, all the way down, and then you'll see that it'll come back up to a full upright position. And then if you slowly pull it forward, you'll hear and feel clicks as you move through each of the settings, and then you can adjust it to your particular preference. So that's the most common issue I've seen people have, is how to adjust this headrest. You can also see that to adjust the height, you have these little clips right here, and if you push in, you can adjust the height of the headrest. So that's how you adjust the height, and that's how you adjust the position of the headrest. So that's the most common problem. The second thing I want to point out are these controls down here in the bottom of the seat. We have 3 controls on this particular trim, on the Limited. On the Touring, you have these controls as well. I believe the Onyx has them as well. If you have a mid-level trim, you may just have these 2. And if you have a base trim, you'll have manual controls, so you won't have these electronic controls. The one that is probably going to be most helpful to you is this control right here. And this has multiple different functions. If you push this way, the seat moves forward, and if you push this way, the seat moves back. So that's how you move the seat forward and backwards. When you push up on the control, the front part of the seat moves up. So I'm going to have our cameraman pull back a little bit, and I'm going to operate that control so you can see if I do the front part of that switch, that's what's controlling the tilt of the seat. And then if I do the rear part of the switch here, that controls the overall seat height, and that's how you can move the entire seat up and down. So this control actually modifies 3 different settings in one control. So play around with that a little bit. The next control here controls the tilt of the rear of the seat. So if I push it forward, the seat tilts forward, and if I push it back, the seat tilts back. And this final one is a little harder to show, but this is the lumbar support. And if I push forward, there's a little section down here in the middle of the seat that will push out and support your back. And it's kind of hard to see maybe on the video, but if you're sitting in the seat, you can really feel that. Now, if you have the Limited or Touring trims, you also have another option here to adjust the seats, which is this section right out here. And this is actually my favorite part of the seat. Subaru calls this the thigh extension. And there's a manual control right up underneath here where you can pull up. And then it's kind of spring-loaded, and it will pop out. And you wouldn't think that 2 or 3 inches that it pops out would make a big difference. But I find that it makes a huge difference in terms of comfort, particularly when I'm on long drives on a freeway. Pulling that forward just a couple of inches really changes the characteristics of the seat. And quite honestly, it almost feels like you're sitting on like the living room couch. It's really comfortable. Now, on the passenger side, on these upper level trims, you're also going to have power adjust seats, but you will not have the lumbar support, and you will not have the thigh support feature. You're just going to have these 2 options, and they do the exact same thing. The only other option that you have on the you have a couple of power options. You have the heated seats. If you have a trim with the winter package, you'll have heated seats. But if you have the Touring trims, you'll also have ventilated seats. Now, that's something where it just gently pulls away air from the seat and helps make the seat a little bit more comfortable in hot weather. A lot of folks have said that they don't like the way that if you kind of on the Touring trim, you have that Napa leather seat. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but you can check that out. And the ventilation system has a duct that sits right in the middle of the seat. And some people don't mind that duct. They can feel it when they sit down. And other people feel like that's a little bit of an uncomfortable bump. So if you're planning on getting a Touring, I recommend that you spend a while sitting in the seat and then maybe drop down to a Limited and sit in that seat and compare the two seats and kind of feel how they what the comfort level is for you. So that's how you adjust the front seats here. We're going to be making another video that talk about how to adjust the rear seats, but I just wanted to show you how to do this because we've had so many questions about it. Our test vehicle today has been the 2020 Subaru Outback Limited XT. I'm the owner of this vehicle. I don't work for Subaru or a Subaru retailer. I'm making these videos just to help other owners get the most out of their Outbacks. Thanks for watching.